All right, on tonight's edition of Homework Help, we're going to talk about superb systems, and it's all about the system. So I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like superb systems is kind of, I'd really kind of like to see what you do with this one by yourself, because on this one we're matching a table, which you should theoretically be able to figure out what the answer is. You're matching an equation, so you have enough information to write two equations. You're matching what the correct system is. You're determining a solution, which is just a straight substitution question. And here we got a multiple choice. We're determining ordered pairs in the solution. So for this one, you should be looking for the row where they're, okay. For this one, you're trying to write the correct two equations. For this one, you're solving. And for this one down here, when we have ordered pairs, what do we do with them? We substitute them into the equation to see which one gives us the right answer. What I'd like to do instead is I'd like to walk through with you. We did a ton of practice on this, so I feel like you should be okay with number 1 and 2. But I'd like to do, numbers 3 and 4 with you, because I know that word problems are harder for us. So let's look at numbers 3 and 4. Okay, and again, we're going to bust out our highlighter, because we're using rulers to help us keep track of what we need to know. So I'm going to zoom in on this just a little bit so we can see it. And we don't have a ton of space, but we'll be okay. It says the sum of two numbers is 50. The first number is 43 less than twice the second number. And they want me to find the two solutions. Okay, so it says sum. That means add. So it doesn't, I have first and second. So I could use F and S, or I could use X and Y. It doesn't matter. Let's use X and Y since I know you guys like to do that. So the sum is 50. So that means if I take X plus Y, it should equal 50. All right? It says the first number is. So the first number is. Remember, is means equals. 43 less than. Less than means that it comes after the number. So it's less than something. So if I'm 3 years, my age is 3 years less than my sister's and I'm 44, that means Leslie minus 3 equals 44. That's how I would find out what that age is. So the number less than always comes after something. So it's less than what? It's less than twice the second number. And so what I basically said is that X equals the first and Y is the second. Okay? So I'm going to use, since I have an isolated variable here, I'm going to use substitution to solve this. Okay, so I'm going to say X, which is 2Y minus 43, plus Y equals 50. And again, I don't like those naked variables, so I'm going to put that 1 there. Well, I have 2Y plus 1Y, 3Y minus 43 equals 50. I'm going to add 43 to both sides, and I get 3y equals 93. When I divide everything by 3, I get y equals 31. Okay? So now I'm going to go to one of these two equations. It says x equals 2y minus 43. So I'm going to try to figure out what x is. I know what y is. Y is, 31. That's a 3 up there. Just pretend that, there we go, 31. You write it enough times and it starts to look like the number, 31. There you go. All right. So I'm going to go to this one because the x is by itself. That's what I'm trying to find. So I'm going to say x equals 2 times 31 minus 43. So where is my calculator? I do not have my calculator, so I will use my phone calculator. I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so 2 times 31 is 62. Minus 43 is 19. So I think x is 19. I need to check it with this last one, which says x plus y is 50. Well, x is 19, y is 31. Well, 19 plus 31 is 50. So it works. So the first number is 19, and the second is 31. Okay? All right, let's look at this one. Again, let me get my highlighter. It says, Marcus has saved $340 to buy a new tablet. All of his money is in the form of $10 and $20 bills. He has 5 more $20 bills than $10 bills. How many of each? Oh, and he saved $340. How many of each type of bills does Marcus have? Okay, this is tricky, okay? So, I know that he saved $340. Okay? And he did that in 10s and 20s. So I'm going to say that X equals 10s and Y equals 20s. Because they're asking me how many of each type of bills. Well, I need to know how many 10s and how many 20s. Well, I'm not sure what to do with this yet. Let's think about it. This is 5 more $20 bills than $10 bills. So that means his $10 bills, this is hard to explain. So what does he have more of? More 20s or more 10s? He has more 20s. So that means his 20s, I'm going to keep doing the wrong numbers. His 20s are his 10s plus 5. Because, and if you're not sure about this, this is a really tricky equation to write, okay? So if you're not sure, let's pretend he's got 8 $5 bills. 8 $10 bills. Well, 8 plus 5 is 13. So he's got 8 $10 bills and 13 $20 bills. Is that more $20 bills? Yes. Now, if instead you had written the equation like this, like I started to, y plus 5 equals 20, thinking he has 5 more 20. So you said 5 more, equals x. Well, then let's think about it. If he has 8 of those, that means, so if he has 8 10s, then he would have 3 20s. But we've already said that he's got more 20s. Okay? So I always want you to pay attention to that. If it says more 20, that means he's got more $20 bills. So your equation, and if you're not sure, like I said, if you're not sure, just plug a number in. So let's say, again, let's look at this. If we say y equals x plus 5, and x is 10 and y is 20. He should have more 20s. Well, let's say he's got 5 10s. Then that means he's got 10 20s. Is that more? Yes, that means this is the correct equation. Okay? And I know this is really tricky. This is something you just got to practice. Okay, now it says he saved $340. Okay? So $340 is, so X is the number of 10s. Each 10 is worth $10. So 10 for each $10 bill plus 20 for each $20 bill. This is a tricky equation. You'll learn how to write it. You'll learn how to write these. But money, like, so I can't say X plus Y equals 340 because this is $10 bills, $20 bills. In order for me to be able to add these up, if I do bills plus bills equals money, I can't add up two things and get something else. Like I can't say like 3 chickens plus 5 chickens equals 8 mangoes. It doesn't work that way. I can't do that. So if I'm adding money plus money has to equal money. So if this is number of bills, I have to multiply them by something to make them money. If I have 3 $10 bills, 10 times 3 tells me I've got $30. That I can add together to get more money. I know this is crazy and weird, but I promise you, this is just a tough one. And we can talk about it more in class if we need to. Okay? So now I have a system though. I have a y isolated, which means I'm going to substitute in a y there. So anywhere I see y, I'm going to put x plus 5. So 340 equals 10x plus 20 times x plus 5. Well, then I got to distribute this. 340 equals 10x plus 20x plus 100. Now I'm going to combine these terms. 340 equals 30x plus 100. Now I'm ready to start isolating. I'm going to subtract 100 from both sides. I get 340 minus 100 is 240 equals 30x. I want to divide both sides by 30. I get x equals 8. What does that mean? 8 what? 8 $10 bills. Now, if I've got 8 $10 bills, I can use that to find out how many $20 bills I've got. Because look, my $20 bills are 5. I have more $20 bills than $10 bills. So y equals 8 plus 5, because I know that I have 8 $10 bills, which means that y is 13. Well, I need to check that and make sure that my $10 bills and my $20 bills add up to 340. So I'm going to go back to this one. So 340 equals 10 times x, which is 8, plus 20 times 13. Okay. Whoops, come here, calculator. Show me love. Okay, so 10 times 8 is 80. 20 times 13, 20 times 13 is 260. 80 plus 260 is 340. And that checks out. So, word problem, word answer. The question is, how many of each type of bills does Marcus have? Well, Marcus has 8 $10 bills and 13 $20 bills. Okay? These are challenging, guys, but the more you practice them, the better you'll get at them. All right? If we have questions about this, let me know tomorrow.